Hey everybody, it's Charlie from Daily Motor, and we're going to go out and take a drive in the 2021 Honda Accord Hybrid. Now this Accord is the touring trim, so it's top dog, coming in at $37,000. I don't know why you'd buy this one. This one costs the most and is the least efficient of the hybrids. EPA fuel economy is much lower than the hybrid option with the smaller wheels, and in our testing on the highway fuel economy test, it did significantly worse than other competitors and even its EPA readouts. So it's expensive, it doesn't get great gas mileage for what it is, and with these 19-inch wheels that, mind you, look really good, you feel all the road imperfections. The Accord has a great suspension and a great chassis, so it's a shame that with these California special 19-inch wheels with the thin profile tires, you lose some of that ride quality. Now, I really like the Accord. I think it's one of the best, if not the best, driving front-wheel drive car. And especially in this price point, in this class, it's one of the best you can get. But when you saddle this great chassis with a bunch of extra weight with the hybrid batteries, you lose some of that driving verve. And in this touring trim, you're paying a lot of money to not get that much better fuel economy, at least higher speed driving. I'm sure if you were driving around the city, it'd be a bigger benefit. So do yourself a favor and just get the 1.5 liter, or if you really want a rocket ship front wheel drive and an open diff, get the 2 liter turbo. Those are both excellent powertrain options. They cost a little bit less, maybe not the 2 liter turbo, but they're gonna be even better to drive. Look at that, it's so planted and flat, even for being a hybrid. It's the best driving hybrid sedan in this class, don't get me wrong, but the Hyundai Sonata Hybrid costs about the same, gets much better fuel economy, looks better, has a nicer interior. Maybe it's not quite as sporty to drive, but it's a better ride in general. So do yourself a favor if you're getting the hybrid and doing a lot of high-speed driving, go get the Sonata. Or if you want dead reliability, go get the Camry. But if you really like the Accord, I don't blame you, it's a great car, just get the gas motors. Another big downside to the Accord is the sound system. Now yes, this is the touring trim, so it comes with a 10-speaker premium audio system, but it's trash. It doesn't sound good listening to music at any medium to high volume, all different sorts of music. The bass doesn't come through very clear, there's way too much harsh mid-range. If you want to see more on that, check the link in the description for our dedicated sound system test. But it's a shame because every time I get in a Honda, I know, well, sound system's not going to be any good. Fortunately, Acura has come out with some really killer ELS sound systems over the last few years, so hopefully we see that technology trickle down into the Hondas and result in much better sound systems. But until then, sound system and fuel economy, two biggest reasons to pass on the Accord Hybrid. So what does it have going for it? Well, as I mentioned earlier, it drives really, really well. The steering is nice, the chassis feels really well balanced and communicative. It's remarkable that a car of this weight and sort of this purpose can still be pretty engaging to drive. I also really like the interior. I think it's handsome. It's a bit more Spartan than something like the Sonata, but I like it better than the Kia K5, and I like it much better than the Toyota Camry, even if it feels a little less plush. Everything feels so good. Listen to this button sound. All these buttons have this really satisfying click that I really appreciate. Even the turn knobs feel really good. The touchscreen actually works really well. Honda kicked it into gear after dropping the ball on the Civic in 2015, 2016. Now the infotainment system is much better. Got a nice volume knob. You even have wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay functionality with this car, and a wireless device charger right there. You just flop it in and charge up. Seat comfort is good. Nice materials all around. No piano black plastics. It's all a nice place to be in here. I like the gauge cluster. I like the head-up display. Let's throw it into sport mode and hustle around this on-ramp. Very stable. Back into normal, cruise control on. Do have adaptive cruise control here in the Accord, as well as a quite competent active steering. We'll see that here in a minute. Use that. This is a concrete highway. It's pretty loud, but I can report from our highway fuel economy test that the Accord is pretty subdued at highway speeds. I was impressed. Let's turn the active lane keep on, and you can see once it catches the lanes, well, it's actually not holding up as well this time. I have been able to do this corner on other tests, and it actually held the steering through most of it. So it's not a semi-autonomous driving mode, but it is a good active lane keep, even if it's not flexing itself right there. The Accord's a great example of a car that doesn't stand out on paper, but really stands out from behind the wheel. If you get a chance to drive an Accord, especially if you're coming out of a competitor sedan, you go, oh, wow, this feels nice. It's a mixture of solid and confident. The powertrains are really good. I was really, really surprised when I got behind the wheel of a 1.5 liter turbo with a CVT. I expected it to just be garbage trash, and it was really good to drive. That CVT was remarkably good. It didn't make a bunch of annoying sounds. It was competent. That engine pulled strong. So you really can't go wrong with either of the gas motors in this car, but I still think just pass on the hybrid. There are better hybrid car options out there. And at this point, if you're doing a lot of city driving, if you're willing to spend $37,000, shouldn't you be considering an electric vehicle at this point? You could get yourself some really good EVs for that price, and you'd be able to cover all of your city driving, no problem, and even be able to take road trips with the expanded fast charging and supercharging networks out there. So let me know in the comments if you can think of a good reason to have the hybrid Accord. But if you're doing long road trips, you're better off with an efficient gas car, or maybe even a more efficient hybrid like the Sonata. And if you're doing almost exclusively city, I say you're better off with an electric car at this price, or maybe even a plug-in hybrid. Now, don't get me wrong, the base hybrid car comes in at less than $30,000, gets better fuel economy. That's a better argument. But I really don't see an appeal to getting the touring trim hybrid Accord. Coming to a stop, you can see the backup camera, a little covered with dirt, but it works pretty well. The resolution's not fantastic, but the size is good, and you do get lines that move with your steering wheel. A few different camera angles there, including a top-down kind of curb view, which I appreciate. I really like Honda's shifters. I think the push buttons are super easy, intuitive to use. You can do it without even looking at it practically. Looking around the interior, I appreciate the heated and cooled seats, dual zone climate control. The map looks really nice, fairly responsive. If you want to see Android Auto and Apple CarPlay functionality, check the link in the description for our review of that. Decent amount of storage space. As I said earlier, everything feels really solid. You've got soft bottoms for everything. Excellent Honda build quality as to be expected. Hopping into the back, pretty good amount of space for this class. I am 5'10", and I've got an okay amount of headroom. My head's not quite touching my knees. Plenty of space. I've got heated seats, 2 USB-A power points. Seat recline is a little vertical for my taste. You've got flip-down armrest, no storage, hard cup holders, non-expandable. So it's a fine place to be, but nothing outstanding. In the trunk, a lot of trunk space. They even expanded it from the previous Accord. Really good for this class, but other than that, very Spartan. You do have 2 grocery bag hooks, which I like to see. Up underneath, some storage, inflator kit, which means no spare tire in this one. You can fold the seats down, give yourself a little extra cargo space. Still have a little bit of a cutout there, and certainly not a flat load surface. Another small pet peeve of mine is there's no handle here. There's like almost a handle. There's kind of a weird cutout-ish spot, but there's no handle to pull this closed. So you've got to get your hands dirty and touch the outside. Some people still don't care for the styling on this generation Accord. I really don't mind it. I don't think it's the best looking car. I think that one goes to the Sonata in this class. But I think it's handsome, especially in this touring trim. I think it looks good. Like I said, these 19-inch wheels. I don't care for the way they make the car ride or their hit and efficiency, but they do look good. So the Accord Hybrid, pass on the touring trim, but definitely don't pass on the Accord in whole. Thank you all so much for watching. If you want to see more on the Accord, check the links in the description, and we'll see you on the next one. I'm Charlie from Daily Motor, and as always, drive on.